Hey everyone, uh, in today's video, we will learn how to install GitLab Runner. All right. So this in this video, you will learn how to install GitLab Runner in Ubuntu 2022 or 20 any version of the Ubuntu. Right. So for that, I have already a VirtualBox image. I mean VirtualBox machine. So in that we will install it. Before that, let's go and install it. This is very easy to install, and if I go ahead and log into GitLab, okay, so let me sign into my GitLab account. Right. So okay, what I can do, let me do one thing. Let me one of my project here, which is 3VM master config. Let me open a project here, and if you see here and go to the setting and click on CI/CD, and on the CI/CD you will have the option called runner, right? So if you click on this runner, and you will see what exactly it is. And if you see the right hand side, these are the instance runners provided by GitLab itself. And these runners, if you see here, are from the custom runners that we have installed it. Okay, so I just want to tell you before I install it, right? Let me tell you what is this GitLab runner. Okay, so GitLab Runner is nothing but it's kind of, you can say it's kind of a agent, right? Agent means a node where your pipeline will execute, right? So the GitLab runners basically that we are using for CI/CD jobs that are defined in the GitLab. So we can install GitLab Runner on any of our infrastructure inside a Docker container or a deploy to a Kubernetes cluster. So GitLab Runner is definitely open source and written in the Go language. Okay, so it can be run as a single library or and has no language specific requirement, right? So once we install this GitLab Runner, so basically GitLab Runner can be installed in GNU Linux or Mac OS or FreeBSD and Windows as well, or in a container. And so how we can install it, by downloading the binaries manually or by using a repository for the respective packages, like it may be RPM or it may be the dev, right? So to install this uh, runner, right, GitLab runner, the system requirement is very widely and depend upon the variables unique to each use case. Okay, so GitLab runner instances can be sized individually given this variables and the scale higher or the lower necessarily when you have a requirement, and this call like your CPU load the CI jobs, memory uses of the CI jobs, and the concurrent CI jobs. So project in active deployment, and the developers expected on to work on a parallel builds, right? So this is a kind of agent that we will install it and will run our pipeline. And if you see my screen here, I have lot many runners I have installed it, and as of now, I have one runner which is called Linux, tagged as Linux. So I'm using. So I just want to install one more GitLab runner so that I can run my pipeline into that particular runner. And let me see how exactly it works and how we can install it. And see, to install this, let me open my another VM, where I want to install GitLab Runner. So if you see here, this is my machine, and let me talk about this host name. Okay, this is DevOps box. Let me SSH to my 192.168.1.7. So this is nothing but my runner machine. Okay, and here you go. And if you type host name, and I can set the different one, which is NodeX. So NodeX is nothing but is my host name of my runner, right? So let me go into the cd, sorry, sudo, and here you go. And let me see. And what is the IP for this? Right. So my IP is 192.1.168.1.7. Cool. Now let me try to install the GitLab Runner. Okay. So it's just nothing but like you can install it, and it's very easy. Okay. And to install this already like GitLab is providing this documentation to install it. So it's a kind of as I told you, right? So GitLab Runner is a lightweight, highly scalable agent, so that pick up your CI jobs and run the jobs as outlined in the pipeline configuration file and sends the result back to the GitLab instance. Right, so let's go ahead and install the GitLab Runner. To install that, click on a new project runner. So once I click on the new project runner, it has all these things here. You have tags, you have configuration which is optional, and the maximum job timeout, right? So now if you go here and see it here, it says like add the tags to specify the job that the runner can run it. So the for example, you can type like macOS, can type like sets, anything, right? So for this one, so in tag means what? We will give a name, kind of alias that will give a name to him, and when we'll run the pipeline, so we'll tag this particular name and we'll tell to pipeline, hey, use this runner and run the pipeline, right? So that is called the tag. So tags, nothing but like let me, you can give anything like let's say I'll give set, anything else, or give a new specific name, like since it's Ubuntu, right? So I'll just type Linux, uh, or Ubuntu. You can give, let's give Ubuntu, right? Let's give Ubuntu. My tag is Ubuntu. So whenever my instance will run or install, so my runner will come with a tag name called Ubuntu, right? So cool. And here is an option called run the on tag jobs. Use the runner for jobs without tagging that is not tags pipeline, not required here. It says like if the pipeline is not tagged to this, let the run the pipeline in the same runner. No. For now, you can install it, but there are some specific areas that you can do it. But as of now, we are not going to click it here. I leave the configuration as black. We don't need anything here. And now click on create runner or like, okay, so one more thing, like maximum amount of time the runner can be run before it terminates. So it says like maximum, minimum, like you can give 60 seconds. So we can give like 1000 seconds, something, and click on GitLab Runner. So once we click on the runner, create runner, its runner has been created, right? But we need to install this. So it has like platform wise, you can install in Linux, Mac OS and Windows. On cloud, Google Cloud, you can use in container like Docker and Kubernetes as well. Okay, so before that, before that, so it says GitLab Runner must be installed before you can register a runner. Okay, so the step one, it says this the particular step which is registering the runner, but we can register only when you can install the runner. To install that, if you click on this one, it will tell you exactly the commands that you need to run. So once you run this particular command, this will install the runner, and then we will register the runner, and once the register is runner, then we can view the runner whether it's running or not, right? So we'll copy this command, go back to our terminal and right click it here and paste it and give it enter. It'll not take much time, so let it run first, and once it is done, we will go ahead and register our runner, and once the runner is registered, we will see our runner is available and online, so we can use our runner to run any of the pipeline, right? Okay, let's wait to complete this first. This will not take much time. Let's wait. And here you go. So your runner has been installed successfully. Now let's go back and register your runner, copy the command and paste it here. So it will ask you few things. So asking me like what is your GitLab instance URL? Since I'm using the public one, the GitLab cloud, select it with the same one. And next is asking me enter a name for the runner. This is stored only a local configuration tom file. So I can give like something kind of DevOps node or nodex. I can just give like nodex. Fine. So now it's time to select an executor. So what type of executor do you want? So we have multiple types here. We have instance, parallels, VirtualBox, Docker Windows, Docker Autoscaler, Docker Machine, Kubernetes, Custom Cell, SSH, and Docker. For now, I will not be using any of this. I'll be using the Cell executor. So SHELL, Cell executor. Now give an enter, and it says your runner successfully registered. So go back to our page and click on View Runners and leave this page, and once you click go back to this and see here your runner is live now. You remember we have given this runner tag name as Ubuntu, right? And so now the runner has successfully installed and it's live now. So now let's test it. Like when I will try to run a pipeline, it should run in this particular runner, right? Let's go back and they created pipeline or sample job and give that particular name. So let me create, okay, go back to here. Sorry, click on branches and let me create a branch. So let me create a branch, new branch. I'll just type like future future slash run a test. Okay, let me create a branch from out of branch, out of main branch. So now my pipeline will create. Okay, my branch has been created. So if I go back to my branch here, so if I go back to my branch here, oh, okay, so go back to my branch and select my branch here, and this is one of my project for 3B, and so earlier like this was using a different runner. Now we have created a runner with tag name called Ubuntu. So we'll tell him like, hey, uh, use this particular and use particular runner tag and run this build. Okay, so what I can do it here because there are a lot of things are here. Let's open on like GitHub ID. So I don't want anything from this particular project. Let me delete everything because since I have already the files backup in my main branch, so I can safely delete it from my future branch because I don't want it. I just want to show you a test because if I run with the same existing branch, right? Because a lot of configurations are there which is not in the runner and the pipeline will fail. So now let's go ahead and delete this first. Delete permanently. Yes. This one delete permanently. Yes. Delete this permanently. Of course. Go ahead here. Delete. So this is because I'm deleting it because I don't need this for a runner test. Okay, here you go. My code is there. Let me delete it here and write a sample code for this. I will say the first is I'll write like build job. So build job. Let me try the stage called builds, and here I will mention the tag and I'll give the tag called Ubuntu. So, okay, and I'll just write a script. So script will say like hello, hello. Hello, I'm running in Ubuntu. Hello. Okay, let's keep like a go. Hello, how are you? Okay, let's keep another stage which called test job. I'll just type it stage. I'll just type it test and tags. Tags I'll give should be Ubuntu and script. I'll just say echo I am fine. So I have two stages here. Let's go ahead. Let me define the stage. One is build stage and second one is test. Cool. I'm done with the samples pipeline. Let me commit to my future branch. It's committed. If I go back to here and click on build pipeline, you will see a pipeline will run now automatically. Okay, it's done, but it's failed. It's failed. We'll get to know like where this particular pipeline runs. Okay, if you see here, it's running on node X. You remember why this is? Because now you know that this our pipeline is running in the new node, which is node X. So if you go here and type host name, you will see the host name is node X and we have given node X as well. So that's why it is running on node X. But the error is different. This error can be fixed. Okay, so this error can be fixed, and once you fix this error, definitely you'll able to fix it, and you will be able to see the pipeline will more on it. Okay, so finally we will get to know that the pipeline runs in our new runner. Okay, so let me fix this issue, like why I'm able to see this error and what could be the reason here. So I'll fix it and we'll try to see what is the problem. Now if you go back to my cell, so you remember like whenever we if I go to home, sorry, so whenever we will create we will install the GitLab Runner automatically. There is a GitLab Runner user will be created. So go back to the GitLab Runner user, and if you see here, or we don't have anything, but there is a ls-la. We have a file called bash underscore logout, which is a hidden file. Let's go here and nano this file. Sorry. And comment this line. We don't need this. Okay. Comment this line. Go back and rerun the pipeline here. And here you go. Show pipeline success. And if you see the we are passing two commands, right? Like hey, how are you? And echo, how are you? I am fine. I believe we have something wrong with this. No, nothing. Like anyway, this is the echo script. It's fine. So, but our intention was to see where the pipeline picked our runner and it ran the job. Yes, it picked our runner and ran the jobs. And if you see here, it used the cell executor and started running on our node X runner. So this is how guys, like you can install runner, your local runner, and run your pipeline instead of using the GitLab's provider instances. Okay, so hope this is clear now. If you like it, please, if you like this video and it helped you to learn something new today, then that's great. I'm I'm so much excited to see and I feel to that. And if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and share it to your friends if they are learning DevOps or they are into excited to about GitLabs. So of course you can share this video with them. Thank you very much for
Right.
watching this.